dear ones, this is a timeless psychic, love and spirituality reading for whomever is guided to watch it with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. The reading can be in the reversed for some of you, so that you are aware of that it can be in the other way around. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for Capricorn season that is up, or the pick a card readings on the first page of my channel. And I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Osho Zen Tarot by Deva Padma. So when I open your deck here, I see consciousness and transformation in the reversed. So it seems like you are aware of what is going on with you and with your life in general. It's just that you don't really appreciate it. You kind of don't appreciate the divine plan for you, and you wish that things that have been taken away from you could be brought back. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have maturity, which is Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, together with consciousness, Ace of Swords in the upright position. So there's a new beginning for you, but since you have a hard time moving on from the old which you have left behind, there's also a hard time for you to have this new beginning, that like the promised land, the things you are promised because of all the things that you have gone through and the challenges that you were taken on. You feel like you should be rewarded, but the reward hasn't come. But it's mainly because you're probably emotionally attached still to what you have been forced to leave behind. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we see rebirth, which is 10 of Swords with consciousness in the reversed. So here I see you are going through these different stages. Before you were like the camel, you kind of accepted being top-rided or pushed around. And you did so with a lot of patience, actually, but you also got wounded a lot. So eventually you went into the stage of the lion, where you started to rebel. And you have felt that this step here in between should have rewarded you with success by now, but there's still a step to take, and it's the step of the child, where we no longer harbor any bitterness towards what has been, but every day is like new. So we don't have these attachments to the past which you are carrying on right now. And what you need to start to do is to become much more aware of your thinking, how you're thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, wish for the past to come back or wish for the past to be different, and instead focusing mainly on not thinking. And how you can do to not think is to focus on your body, how your body feels. But when you are to think, so try to daydream a little bit more of what you want to have instead of the things you have lost or the things you don't want to have. So 6 elements, and we have this, we are the world, so it's 10 of Pentacles together with 10 of Swords. So something of old, something that has affected you for a very long time is now, it's an end of a cycle, it's an end of an era. And you have a lot of attachment to these different people which you have lived with in this life and also in past lives. And you have a hard time letting go of them on this earth plane. You still want to have your happily ever after with them. And I'm not sure that that's possible. Okay, so 6 elements. Earth, wind, fire. That was the Hermit here. So it seems like you are in a space where you need to focus on yourself and your self-expression. Like instead of focusing on you in like together with other people, you need to focus on you as an entity. You as, who are you? Why are you here? Instead of how can you get together with other people to not feel so lonely. So this is what's coming here. So, I want my dear viewers to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay. So we have adventure here, and that's you incarnating in this body of yours, and we have completion. So it seems like many of you are going through some kind of completion process, and maybe you have to end a lot of different situations and karmic relationships and a lot of karma in general, situations that have repeated itself. And when you put an end to these different situations, you will feel very lonely, I guess. But it's just to make you ready here for your next adventure. This is a page of Pentacles. We had the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse before. So the thing you need to do is to embrace this adventure and not thinking that you have seen everything before, because there's going to come new things that's going to really amaze you. But if you are only able to focus on what has been and how things are going to repeat in your life endlessly and wearing you out, this is also what you are going to get. So there needs to be a big change in your thinking and how you are addressing your own life. Okay. So, I'll just tune in to you and your situation for a few seconds here. So, why you have such a hard time letting go of all this, again, this emotional attachments. It's the memories that you have had with these people and the dreams that you have had, and you just don't want to leave them behind. You're really desperate for your happily ever after, and that is what's between you and your new future. So, and this is your new future there, and this is your now, and this is the past. And we have success in the reverse, so this is Six of Wands. So it shows that you are not able to have success in the way that you thought. I think you actually fought good and strong for the divine and for the situation that you wanted. You did everything that was in your power to make it right, and you still feel like you haven't really been rewarded. So I'm actually hearing a song here. I will try to put words to it. I'm just hearing the melody just right now. So, okay, it's, I hear the words also, it's, we came when you call, and that's how you feel, like you have really put yourself out there and did everything that the divine wanted you to do, and still you are not able to have success. You just exhausted yourself, and you went through a lot of changes. And a lot of healing happened too, but you made a lot of changes and sacrifices, and you kind of held back also, I think, from the love you wanted to give, because maybe your love that you gave in different relationship wasn't reciprocated. So you had to stop that to kind of end the humiliation of yourself. So you had to have a lot of self-control. And here we have the trust issues with you in the now. You don't trust that this was not what you expected. You didn't want this kind of outcome. So you wanted to have forgiveness from this other person, or for them to ask you for forgiveness and see to that you were able to come together again. But the divine refused for you to do this kind of compromise. And they want to give you like a brand new situation, but you don't want this brand new situation because it has nothing to do with your dream. It seems to be more the universal dream for you than your own dream for you. Your own dream for you has to do with these people that you have worked so hard with and compromised yourself for in the past just so they could love you. Okay. and here is your future, and we have this aloneness. So I'm seeing this, that you are supposed to walk a great length of this path alone for some reason, and I guess it's to cast off all the things that's not you. So you are to be purified for the next phase of your life, and everything that, this is another 6, so it has to do with your relationship. We also saw the 6 of Pentacles here, compromise. So the relationship in your life is not as important as they have been before. The relationship with you is very important right now for your spiritual development. So this is your past, and we have experiencing. So you were sent here to this world to experience a lot of things and take the wisdom with you. So it's almost like you were sent here like an astronaut out in space, and you were incarnated in a body, and you made a lot of findings and a lot of experiences with other people and with the earth as a habitat, like also the third dimension kind of habitat, because I don't think this is where you come from, but this is where you are kind of have been visiting for a very long time to make findings about this realm, to be brought home to the divine. And we have the Fool here in the reversed. So I think that you came with a very naive heart, that you came because you come from some sort of unconditional loving state in another dimension, or in very high frequency dimensions, and you came down to earth here to do this experiencing, but you came almost a little bit naive, and you have given your heart to this place wholly and fully, because this is how you are as a soul, like deeply loving and empathic, and maybe seeing good in a lot of people where there's maybe not so good things to be found. Here we have, it's the Tower, and it's in the reversed, so it just shows that you have met a lot of disappointments on the way. Nothing that has killed you or flattened you out, but a lot of disappointments where you have been faced with reality, we can say, over and over again, in kind of a cruel fashion, it seems. So next here is the letting go, 8 of Cups. So it seems like you were supposed to learn to let go. It's almost like you came here to experience, but also to mature and to grow up. So you are supposed to learn from getting burned, but with the 8 of Cups in the reversed, I don't think you did. You just returned to the place to be burned once more, so to speak, or to get your heart broken once more, to become disappointed once more. And of course you had a dream of love and union and compassion, but here with this, for some reason I'm feeling like you were supposed to let some people go, but your love is deep as the ocean, so you seem to have problems with letting go of this person, so or these people. So you see them in the light of a child, almost seeing their parents. So you see them as if they could just understand you, or if they could just change, or if they could just be another person, or if they could just be more loving, or if they just could be more loyal, or if they just could be there for you, then your kind of impossible dream would come true. So it's almost like you have taken in, I'm getting this picture of a snake, and I think it has come up in some of my readings before. So it's like you have taken in a snake and you have put it in an outfit of your best friend or your lover, or this is your mother, and the snake, the nature of the snake is to constantly it wants to be alone, it wants to feed, it wants to roll up in this little pile, and it doesn't want to be disturbed, and it doesn't want to be hugged, it doesn't want to be kissed. And every time you have reached out with your love, you have been faced with the fact that this is a snake. By nature, this person is a little bit of a snake, and you have had a really hard time understanding that, because you see this other person or these other people in the light of your own soul. So you dream that this is how it's going to be, that everyone is going to be cozy and be able to love each other, while you are actually surrounded by snakes. And this is what you have been having. I think snakes is an acronym for lightning and enlightening. It's like you have refused to see the truth. See here, you have been dropped in a very dark place, and you just wanted to come home. Okay, you just wanted to come home. So you put a face on the people around you, like you were already home, like these were these unconditionally loving people, while in the truth they were not. And you have had a hard time seeing this truth to get this enlightenment. I don't understand fully why you're supposed to be faced with snakes and have to face that they are snakes instead of your loved ones. But this is what I see, and I can't really change your story to fit your dream. I'm sorry, okay? So this is in your now, and here we have you on this adventure experiencing things. So it seems like the important thing here is you, and for you to not lose who you are and your own uniqueness. So in your own uniqueness, a part of that is to be like this unconditional loving. So I don't think you're supposed to change your core, but maybe you're also supposed to become a little bit more tuned into the truth, okay? And at least if your heart can't change its mind, because it's usually very hard to change your heart's mind, at least you can be wise enough to see what's going on in your different situations. And here we have intensity, and it comes underneath the Fool. So it seems like you are a very curious soul. You are very easy to learn new things, but you are a little bit restless and have a little hard time to accept that things are not going your way exactly now. I'm also feeling that this is an energy rushing in towards you. I can see it's coming and facing you here. So this is something a little bit new and exciting that's happening here. So we'll see where it goes. And the next card is playfulness. So we have two children and this Knight of Wands in the reverse. So it seems like there is actually people here on this realm that could be very beneficial for you. They will teach you a lot of things. It doesn't seem like they are, joining you. It's almost like a passing ship in the night, but it's transforming you. You see, you're changing from this page of Pentacles, like the one that was left in the dark and just need to figure it out, to the Page of Wands, which is walking together with the divine, almost like walking in the universe, or walking on the Milky Ways, or walking among the stars. So here you have got much more knowledge of why you are here and why you came in the first place. So it seems like these people that's passing you by like this, they are coming to give you this higher experience and to know a little bit more why you are here, what you are supposed to do, what are you supposed to learn, and so on. So we can see again that these snakes, it's like, I feel the same, like the flash, lightning strike and a bite from a snake. It's events that have happened in your life that has been very disruptive for you. But in the same time, it has been very enlightening. So you can see this here. And so all this experience that comes, that like the passing ships in the night, are here to enlighten you and make you becoming more and more aware of why you are here, and more conscious about you being a soul in a temporary body, like a soul in a temporary temple, which are to be worshipped and maintained, like your body is important, but it's not eternal as your soul. So you're getting this epiphany here a little bit the hard way by this snake or flash lightning strike energy. Okay, and you get a little bit stressed out here because you want something that's secure. You want your family, you want your tribe. You don't want to be this astronaut lost in space trying to figure its way home. So you're getting a little bit stressed by this. You want to have something that's secure, something to hold on to, something that is, that you can control. So it seems like you are overdoing certain things in your life, maybe trying too hard in your relationships, trying too hard to get success or something else, because you want to build some kind of lasting value. Here you had some kind of epiphany and you got the knowledge of your soul, but then you still want to anchor yourself by achieving things, but this achievement, I think it's going to be taken away from you in the same way as everything else. You are going in a real hard spiritual school here, or spiritual training. This is not for sissies, so you must be a very elevated soul to have these kind of challenges in your life and to be asked to be such an individual, to not attach to anything or anyone or any situation, to be able to welcome the things when they swoosh by, but also let them go when they are going. So you're supposed to be more fluid, but you as a person is trying to find something to hold on to. You want your happily ever after, so it's not matching the situation that you're actually in, or the result that you might expect. You want something that is not obviously is not being given to you at this moment. And here we have 9 of Swords, which is sorrow, and it comes together with this dream. So it seems like your need for this dream to be real is what's making you anxious. If you could let go of the dream and live in the now a little bit more and accept your reality as it is, you would not be so sad, because you're sad because you think you want this. But if you were just a person here and didn't have this dream here, I think that you could be actually happy with what you have. But this, with you dreaming these impossible dreams of these people that's just sent here to enlighten you and then pass on by, is making you sad. So this dream of yours, I think we should have dream, and we should be dreams and believe in miracles, but I'm not the master behind this tarot reading. That's your guides, that's the master behind these tarot readings, and they obviously want you to have a big smack in the face and to wake up and to start to accept your reality and work from there. So I don't know what you're supposed to do with the dream. I guess you're supposed to drop it, and every time you think of it, you should focus on what is here now. Instead of focusing on what you want to have, you focus on what you do have. And if you are to dream, don't dream about what you don't have. Dream about, in that case, what you want to have instead, because it seems like the lack here, the lack of what you wish to have but don't yet have, is making you very, very sad unnecessarily. And you also might be worrying about how things will be in the future and what you will lose then and how things will get worse. And this is not helpful. So it seems as you as a soul are supposed to take a real grip about your mind and start to live here and now. Start to become aware of the smells, of the sounds, of the sensations, and also start to get to know yourself, since this is connected to the 9, the Hermit, which is also coming here, and focus more on being here and now. And every time you catch yourself with thinking, you could go back to smelling the roses, and asking yourself, okay, so what do I want to do now? Well, I want to go and make myself some dinner. And then you go and make yourself some dinner, and you are fully aware of your dinner and what you're going to do, and the smells and how it's developing, and what you need to do there. And so you're focused here and now, instead of this what you don't have in your life that seems to upset you so much. So this is, as I said, it's a high teaching, like for high development. So it's not asked of just anyone. So try to make this mission or this part of your spiritual development as take it seriously and make the best of it, and try to really focus on your soul more than this impossible dream. Okay, and this is your future, and here we have the Lovers coming underneath experience and adventure. So it seems like there is love for you in the future, like there's love together with another person. But what I'm seeing is that you need to develop to a certain stage where you are able to manifest this. Right now it seems like you're just manifesting more of the needs that's not being fulfilled. And if you could focus more on just being happy in the now, grateful in the now, living fully in the now, and focus less on what you're lacking or what you don't have, it seems like this what you dream is just behind the door. Okay, it's just behind the veil. Maybe you yourself are the person that is not able to let it in because you're focusing too much on the lack of it. So when you focus on lack, you will get more lack. And if you focus on abundance, you will get more abundant. So if you focus on the abundance that you have today, the ability to be able to go and cook yourself a meal, for example, or go out in a beautiful nature, you will put yourself in a stage which is more welcome to the dream that you have, instead of right now where you're focusing a lot of how things have gone wrong. And here we have the Rebel. So this is the divine masculine. We have the Fool here as well. And the Fool is in numerology is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4, the Rebel. So we have a divine masculine influence here, which might be you or might be an outside influence. It's almost feeling like if you are a woman, there can be that, and you're in love with males, there can be that the big love of your life is on its way in to your life, okay, when you have been able to do this lesson which I told you. So it's very important that you're able to not focus on the bad, and but being able to see when situations are actually bad, but not reminiscing about it. So when you are in a bad situation, you go out and go to a better situation. So that is the law of repulsion. You say no to the things you don't want and focus on the things you do want. So that's one thing you need to do. So just don't give a lot of drama and other things your energy. Just step towards where you are harmonious and happy. And in that harmonious and happy situation, don't reminisce about the stupid things that have happened that was challenging. Just focus on the here and now. And when you are doing that, it seems like you are getting more complete. And therefore you are able also maybe to meet someone that's more complete. But we'll see where it goes. If you are a male, I see here how I can read this. If you are a male, it seems like you have done something in a childish way before that didn't give the result you wanted. You actually made a lot of mistakes, fell on your face, had to take yourself up again. Much like how the divine feminine has been experiencing it. And with this intensity here, which is in this case, I feel it's you, it shows you being able to overcome these difficulties in your life and kind of man up in some way. Okay, so and here we have turning in, which is 4 of Cups in the reverse. So it shows how you're emptying yourself from this all these thoughts that you have in your head. So she is really focused. She's trying to focus on the emotions inside of her, the water inside of her, and she is letting these other thoughts kind of fade away. So your mind likes to reminisce how they did you wrong and how this person hurt you and how you lost this because of a mistake you did and how guilty you were, and over and over and over again. But if you can just focus on how it feels in your body, usually your mind don't have a chance to occupy your attention, because your attention is on your emotions. And we can see that this is a 4, which is the rebel as well. So for all of you, males and females, if you can grow into self-loving individuals that take charge over your life and being able to not be a victim, but actually, you know, using the law of repulsion to put you in a place where you like to be, and, you know, leave the things you don't want to be in behind and not reminisce about it. We'll see what will happen. Then we have some patience. So it seems like you need to be cooked as well. Like there needs to be a time where you can keep this stable, to be able to love yourself, to leave stupid situations behind, breaking the chains of the old memories, maybe, you know, letting go of these old memories. And this will, like over time, this will anchor itself, and you will show over time that you're able to do this, and something new is about to be born here. It's what everyone knows, but no one really takes serious, is that you need to love yourself before you can love someone else, and you need to love yourself to have someone else loving you, and you need to respect yourself to have someone else respect you. So it seems like this is a preparation, maybe for this. You want to have people in your life that you can trust and that's like you, but that is kind of a little bit like nirvana for you at this stage, since you are reminiscing a lot about how they have been snakes and disappointments to you. But all these disappointments, they did it for a reason, so you would be enlightened. Like they gave you this experience so you would have all this knowledge and all this wisdom. But now it's time to let the bad things go, the bitterness go, and the memories of what happened go, and just move yourself into a place where this is not repeating. So when it's repeating, you're walking away from it, or you're putting yourself in a different situation, or using another posture to end that repetition. And when you do so, you start to show love and self-respect and breaking chains, leaving old stuff behind, but then it needs to be anchored. And here we have the 8 of Swords, guilt. So the divine doesn't have much hope of you being able to fix this in, you know, a split second. So this is a continuous work to let go of also the guilt, you not being good enough, you not being lovable enough, you not being worthy of respect, or you not being worthy of people being loyal, and so on and so forth. But with the 8 of Swords in reverse, that's very good, because it actually shows how you gradually let go of this guilt, or these thoughts, or these things that's haunting you. You're not letting your mind occupy you anymore. You're rather starting to become more in the here and now. I don't remember if the 9 of Swords was upside down or not. This was, but I will show you like this. This is how the divine prefer you to be, like the lady in waiting, or the person in waiting, instead of and being focused on here and now, and meditating a lot and purifying your mind, instead of having this ghost of the past, or the ghosts of the past haunting you over and over again. So this is the very, very important thing that you need to do. So I can't see that. I see that there's supposed to be a love for you here, but it's so crucial that you love yourself first and your life, that you have made it into something that is worth sharing with someone else. If you are bummed up and bored, and you can't seem to be happy inside yourself, you don't have the means to be happy in a relationship, because you will be bummed out and bored with that person too when they are not news anymore. So from Dream Oracle cards, I will take some card for you to see what is going on, like the core issue here. And we have transition. Release attachment to what was and prepare for what is to come. So that is kind of wrapping up this whole reading and showing what it is all about, that you need to prepare yourself for what's new by dropping the old attachments, the old chains, the old nostalgia that you have for people and situations in the past, and purify your mind to be like a blank space for this new beginning that wants to happen to you. So thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If you need more information or clues after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love reading for Capricorn season that is up, or the pick a card readings on the first page of my channel. Click my little Queen of Cups icon and you will come to this first page, and there you will see different readings that can clarify your situation. I also want to welcome you back to my love readings for next year that I will perform in the end of December. Until then, take really good care and have a happy holiday season. Okay, bye-bye.